Hello, Dale Goatley here, and I'm going to be doing a quick tutorial on the Desmos graphing calculator. The Desmos graphing calculator is free to use. It is also available as an app, but if you wanted to visit it on your web browser, you could go to desmos.com. Once you arrive, you're able to create an account with Desmos if you wish, so that way you could save multiple projects and return to them later. Otherwise, you can just go ahead and use the features free of charge without creating an account. Primarily, this web tool is used to graph functions or non-functions rather than conduct operations or arithmetic, although it's not impossible, and I'll show you that last. But I want to talk about these main features that are up here in the top left corner. I'm able to insert expressions. I'm able to make notes about those things that I put in the taskbar. I'm able to insert tables to plot points. I'm able to manage folders for different projects, which I won't necessarily talk about that much in this tutorial. And down here I'm able to insert images into the background of my calculator. Beginning up here with the first feature, I'm going to insert a simple equation, y equals 3, and notice as I'm putting my components of the equation in, it's going ahead and plotting what I'm putting up there, but I'll just continue to add on and notice how the function will change. So y equals 3x plus 1. And there we go, there's my final linear function that is graphed. I'm able to edit what I put in for this equation by going up here to this edit list, clicking on that. I can go over here and change the color of my line if I wish. Click out of that. I'm also able to convert this equation into a table. I can duplicate it, or I can just go over here and delete it, which I do not want to do just yet, so I'm going to go ahead and click Done. I'm also able to go over here and select, click on the line or the function, and actually pinpoint different places that are along this continuous function. I'm also able to select and hold. That way I can just kind of drag my mouse up and down along the function to determine all the continuous points on it. So that's a kind of useful feature, and if you simply selected a point and you want to unselect it, all you have to do is just click on it to get rid of it. Alright, the next thing I'm going to talk about, going back up here in my top left corner, I'm going to insert a note, and the notes have no affection on the calculator whatsoever. They are just there so you are able to record any thoughts or whatever you have about these functions. So I may include a note about that for this particular function, the slope is 3 over 1, and the y-intercept is 1. Something simple like that. That's what the notes are used for. The next thing I'm going to talk about is the table, and I went up here and I selected table, and it went ahead and inserted it. And the table is simply used for plotting different points. I'm going to go ahead and plot -6 my x-coordinate and +2 for my y-coordinate, and it went ahead and inserted the green dot appropriately on the graph. Go ahead and insert another one. I'll put in -4, +1, and it inserted my second dot. Again, I'm able to go over here and click on these dots to reveal the x and y coordinates. I can go ahead and re-click on the dots to get rid of them. The next thing I'm going to model for you is inserting images into the background of the calculator. Simply go up here to the top left, click Add Item, select Image, pulls up a dialog box to select saved images off of your computer to insert them into the graphing calculator background, and I'm going to go ahead and select an image that I've already saved. It is the St. Louis Arch, and I've went ahead and inserted that into the background of the calculator. An excellent way to incorporate real-world learning with graphs and functions. So if I'm done with the image, I can just go ahead, select it, and hit the delete button, and it gets rid of the image when I no longer need it. So that now wraps up the main features that I wanted to discuss with you. And at this point, I would like to show you how to conduct simple calculations with order of operations or arithmetic in case you need to do that on here. It's a little bit more difficult than the standard calculator. Again, this is more designed for graphing functions or non-functions, more so than conducting operations, but if you need to, you'll have to use the functions feature, which is down here at the keyboard. Select functions, and you'll have to find the type of operation that you want to conduct, and it must be found within these columns in this little matrix table down here, or otherwise you will not be able to complete the operation. So if I wanted to add 3 plus 3 together, do something simple, I'll go to select total. That means I will want to total what is inside the parentheses, and I'll go ahead and write the expression 3 plus 3, and then I'll need to hit the return key down here, and it yields 6. That will be the only way that I'm able to simplify an operation. If I went over and did 3 plus 3 equals, the equal sign is more for creating an equation to graph on here than to tell the calculator that you want a calculation to be done. That's when you have to use the functions key. So in closing, I hope you've learned about the main functions of the Desmos graphing calculator so that you're able to utilize it in your classroom or for your personal use. Thank you very much for watching, and again, this is Dale Goatley.